I've been going crazy, I don't know what to do. My heart is screaming for you, babe. And what I'm trying to say is that you make the sky look blue, even when it is gray, babe. Every time I'm feeling down, you can make it go away. Your light is shining bright on me, got no reason to be afraid. You're glowing in the dark, you're glowing in the dark, glowing in the dark. I feel it in my heart. You're glowing in the dark, glowing in the dark. Yeah, you're glowing in the dark. Stop looking at ya, you're like a firefly. Guide me out of the woods now. Oh, I think I lost my way, but got you to help me back. Tell me what I should do now. Every time I'm feeling down, you can make it go away. Your light is shining bright on me, got no reason to be afraid. You're glowing in the dark, you're glowing in the dark, glowing in the dark. I feel it in my heart. You're glowing in the dark, glowing in the dark. Yeah, you're glowing in the dark. You're glowing in the dark. You're glowing in the dark. Glowing in the dark. Glowing in my heart. You're glowing in the dark. Glowing in the dark. Yeah, you're glowing in the dark. You can make it go away. Glowing in the dark. You can make it go away. You're glowing in the dark.
Hello, my friends. How are you? I hope you're doing well. It is Friday, another lovely Friday. Oh, hold on. Let me change this. This can drive me crazy. Hold on a second. There we go. Much better. Now you can look at me. Haha. Just kidding. Totally just kidding. I hope you're all doing well. I hope anyone being affected by Hurricane Lee is doing fine. I have not watched the latest on it. I'm sitting here with my pumpkin spice coffee. I linked up my favorite drops that I put in my coffee with my favorite creamer in the comment box over there. I will remember to link that up in the comments after this video processes, because the live chat will be disabled for privacy of anyone who comes in and wants to chat. And I will only post your questions or comments on the screen if you will give me permission to. What are you doing? I have a son in the background playing with the dog. Are you using her for weights? Are you using her for weights? No. I will be back in just a second.
I think that I'm going to hiding. somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me. I'm a renegade. I could be the one who saves you from their play. We could be as one and escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Burns inside me. Burns inside me. Burns inside me. I won't let you down. We could have the world to ourselves, going to a place that's far, staring at the stars for hours, 'cause you're a renegade. I could be the one who saves you from this place. We could be as one and escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Yeah, I won't let you down. 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 I won't let you down.
Alrighty, we had a little music intermission there. So, how are you guys doing? Hopefully, you're doing well. I am doing wonderful today. Today is Friday. It's a good day. Let's get into some of these questions, shall we? Here's a funny one. Can you erect a tent? No, I cannot. I've never put up a tent. I would have to Google it or watch a video to do that. Have you ever sued or wanted to sue someone, and why? No, I have never sued anyone, and no, I have no desire why. No reason to, actually. What would you want to start? Who would you want to star opposite of you if you were in a movie? I don't know. I have no idea. Excuse me. Have you ever done something to your parents that you regretted? Not really. Anytime I tried to lie, I got caught, so. Have you ever nicknamed someone and it stuck? If so, who and what was the nickname? Yes, I have nicknamed my best friend in high school, Bert. Because I was trying to say her name was Sharon. I tried to say Sherbert, and it came out as Sherbert. So she looked at me and she said, "Well, okay, Arnie." So we became Bert and Arnie. That was funny. She still calls me Arnie, and I still call her Bert. If you knew you would die tomorrow, would you feel cheated today? No. I live a very blessed life. Who influenced you the most? That's a hard question to answer. I have many influences in my life, from biblical teachers to people in my real life who inspire me. So I have many influences, some negative, some positive. What is the simplest truth that you can express in words? To create a life worth loving. If you create a life worth loving, you're creating something not only tangible for yourself, but for your entire family. And you're an example for generations to come. Have you ever been famous? No. Have you ever posted a video on YouTube? And if so, what was the video about? Yes, I post them all the time, as you know. You're watching one right now. I started out on my channel wanting to, I don't know, just share bits and pieces of my life. Hey, Ron. Yes, tons of videos. I have started out on my channel wanting to share bits and pieces of my life. Not that I thought I was great, but I thought my life was worth sharing. And it still is, and so is yours. Everyone has a life worth sharing. It's just how you go about it is going to be the determining factor of whether it gets the impact it does. My channel has gone into different modes at different times. I still share a little bit about my life, and not as much as people would like. I don't show you things that you probably want to see, because I am more about trying to inspire you to live a life worth loving, and that is my focus totally on this channel, is to get you to dig into your own life and to weed out what needs to be removed and to start letting things blossom and to help them grow and to foster them. That is what I feel my purpose on YouTube is. Whether it is or not to anyone else, I don't know. It's not my business, though. Do you prefer music on vinyl or streaming? Of course, streaming, because I don't have a record player, so. What do you do when you get nervous? Oh, goodness. I twist my hair. Oh, thanks. That is my sole purpose. That is the only purpose I have, is to get people to love the life they're living right now, even if it's crummy, even if you're in a crappy spot. Everyone gets in a crappy place in their life. That crappy place is not meant for you to buckle under. It's meant to grow you. It's meant to stretch you. It's meant to develop you into this amazing human that you have the capability to be. I know I would not be who I am today if I didn't go through all the stuff I went through in the past. I wouldn't have the open mind that I have in conversations with people if I was stuck in the past and in conversations that led nowhere. I don't know. I'm a different breed, though. I've been told that all my life, that I'm totally different, and I understand that, and I embrace it, and I go with it. But when I get nervous, I twist my hair. That is one thing that I do. Unconsciously, most times. My kids have to tell me stop or ask me what's wrong. Where's your favorite place to get coffee or tea? I like Starbucks personally. I like to buy the bottled Dunkins. I don't know if the Dunkins in the store is any good. Okay, I had to make sure I didn't lose contact. I don't have a Tim Hortons here in the South. We do have a Dutch Brothers, though, and I have not been there yet. That just opened not too long ago. I like making coffee at home with my perfectly sweet drops. I don't think they're called perfectly sweet. I don't remember what they're called. Do you have an embarrassing moment during gym class at school? No, I don't. I remember undressing the first time in junior high in front of everyone. That was kind of creepy, but yeah, Tim Hortons is not popular here in the South. I don't think there's one location in Texas. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe Austin or Dallas, but not down this way. What is one thing you've learned about people over the years? Oh, goodness. That's a whole video in itself. I would say I have learned that people present themselves to be better than what they are, unless, no, I don't want to say it that way because that's not true. That's not true to every case. Let me retract that. If I had to put everybody in one category and say that I learned something from everyone, it would be that everyone is just trying to be seen, heard, valued. Some will go to all lengths to get that value, to get seen, to be heard. And some just whisper and hope that someone hears. Some will scream like banshees and demand to be heard, but often aren't still heard because no one can listen to that. I know I don't listen to anyone yelling. If someone starts yelling in an argument, I turn you off. You are null and void to me at that moment. If you started a business tomorrow, what would it be? Well, I know what business I want to start. I just need to get funding for it. And that, of course, is a bookstore with a coffee and a coffee bar in it. And not just a Starbucks thrown in, a real, true coffee bar. With the bakery and a custom side where my daughter could do her customs for people. Aw. That's awesome that you opened it, though. You took that first step. That first step is the hardest. But if I was to open up a business just on me and myself, I was thinking the other day I would love to open up the idea of sending people encouraging text, whether it be an app or an email. I don't know. I haven't figured out those details. Oh, I'm very sorry, Ron. What kind of nonprofit was it? Or is it, I should say? I would like to find a way to reach everybody and inspire and encourage them daily. That is my only idea for business. That's awesome. Maybe this will be the year you rekindle that love. That you find that fire is still within you. How judgmental are you towards people? That's amazing, Ron. I bet if you were to reboot that and rebrand it, you would actually make a big dent in many people's lives. You would touch many people, especially right now. There's a lack of giving in this world. I challenge you to consider that. Maybe by the end of the year for Christmas. How judgmental are you to people? I used to be very judgmental of other people because I didn't put myself in their shoes. But the older I get, the more I realize we're all just the same. That's awesome. What are you doing? Killing my kitchen. Just kidding. Well, I challenge you to reboot it, to get it going. You've got the platform, you've got a channel. Use that channel and use your social media to build up your nonprofit. Because it's a good one. You have a good heart. What is your personal ratio of naughty to nice? I would say mine is probably 20/80. Look at you. I'm 20% naughty, 80% nice. And the things that make me naughty are really not very naughty. So take that with a grain of salt. What activities make you lose track of time? I would say scrolling on social media. I definitely lose a lot of track of time. Reading, I can lose track of time. Playing The Sims, I lose a track of time. Writing, I can lose a track of time. I used to plan a lot in my planners. I would lose a lot of track of time because I would get out my stickers and my washi tape and design and have a good time. Everything I lose a track of time in, though, is usually very fruitful for me. Social media, so much, not so much, I guess. Maybe 65% of the time it's fruitful. I need to work on that, honestly. I give attention still to some negativity that I shouldn't, that doesn't involve me. And I realize I'm just fueling them because you give them watch time, and that fuels people. I've done better, though. Somewhat. I watch from the sidelines more so than get involved. I used to get involved. I used to think my voice mattered in that situation when I realized it didn't. It just made me look foolish. When you hang with fools, you become a fool. That's hard to take sometimes. So I opt not to. Hold on, let me put this lotion top back on and then I'll get another question. My hands are not wanting to work right today. Do you have a mission statement? I'm just asking. Maybe if you go back to your mission statement, you can find that desire to jump back in. Good. I think you should kick it back up again, Ron. You've got the knowledge. You've got the desire within you. If anything, do it in Gina's honor. I know what you mean, but you can still rekindle that. You've just got to dig in and find people that are in your same dynamic. Go find that group of people who want to give back, who want to do, who want to share. And you will discover there's a lot more of those people out there than you imagined. I know I had to in my own journey, I guess. Stop and rediscover, wait a minute, Sheila, who am I to my roots and my core? And once I was able to answer those questions, I realized, wow, I've been spending a lot of time with people that are not my equal. And I'm not trying to put anybody down, but we're not on the same playing level. I don't play dirty, and I don't play mean, and I'm not a drama queen. I'm not into any of that. I understand. The right people will come along. You watch. This is on your mind and your heart, apparently. So you've got to open up your eyes now and just look. You'll find your core group. I'm skeptical of many people myself, but I don't let it stop me. If I'm by myself, I'm by myself, but I'm going to do my thing. I think that is one thing losing Joel taught me. Was for so long I relied on him. I was his wife, and I did things he enjoyed and did things he loved. I didn't like making decisions on my own. Now I have to. God says, okay, Sheila, it's your turn. It's your turn to wear the pants. It's your turn to make these big decisions. And I've had to make several just in the last, year and a half, that I think Joel would be proud of the outcome. I still think you still feel that way. That's ingrained into your core belief. You are probably the person who would give the last $5 in their pocket to someone just so that someone could eat. I see that in you. What if you expanded your sharing our love to not just kids, but to even adults, maybe? There are many adults who feel very unloved. We see the fruits of that every day. Everyone has a negative side, and it will hold you back as long as you let it have power over you. I know I come off as a positive Pollyanna most of the time, and usually I am, but I have a negative side to myself. Of course, my negative side is more towards myself, not others. You just got to fish that out and flush it out and change it. You got to figure out what that root is and pluck it. You're welcome. I wanted to read a couple of verses because this just brought me to knowing God's purpose for us is so key into living a fulfilled life. In 1 Peter 2:9 it says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into this wonderful light." You are God's special possession, and I hope you know that. For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things have been created through him and for him. That's in Colossians 1:16. And my favorite is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. Those plans he has for you is big, Ron. Those plans he has for you is deep and specific to you. So I hope that you can rest in that and know that he is there for you and that he has a plan and purpose for you. Great are your purposes and mighty are your deeds. Your eyes are open to the ways of all mankind. You reward each person according to their conduct as their deeds deserve. That's in Jeremiah 32:19. I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted. That's in Job 42:2. There's so much hope in the future. There's so much hope for us to look forward to, that if we just take that time to go after that and go after him and let him lead us and guide us, I think we'll find our way just fine. I'm going to go to another question. Here's a good one. In what way has money impacted you negatively? I don't think money has impacted me negatively at all, except for one time when I remember I went to the boats in Louisiana to go gambling, and a win got me into greed so quickly. At that time where I worked, our boss gave us cash for our check. He cashed our check for us basically, so we didn't, because we worked on Saturday up until the banks had closed. So each payday I had cash to start my weekend, and I had just happened to go to Louisiana with my cousin. And I sadly gambled a whole paycheck away. A whole paycheck. I was floored. So money has impacted me negatively only in the grips of wanting more, I guess. It's hard to let water off a duck's back. I get that. But today is a new day. It's a brand new day. Even at 12:30, it's still a brand new day from this point forward. You just got to get your mind in the right spot from this point forward. Do the best you can, and tomorrow try harder. Ooh, here's a very good question. Do you believe in an eye for an eye? That's difficult to think about. An eye for an eye. When you think about others, it's easy to say, yes, they deserve to get punished. But if you think about yourself and things you have done, would you expect the same for yourself? Ooh. I think everything works out in the wash, so to speak. That's an old Southern saying, but it all gets worked out in the wash. Life has a way of balancing itself out. We think that people get away with negative things and negativity, but what they really don't, because they're living it. I've never known someone to be angry forefrontedly online and not be bitter and angry inside. And you know that's their own torment right there. To have that feeling is horrible. I've been there, I've done it. I haven't brought it to my channel, but I've been there. I know what it's like. Especially if people hurt you. You want to lash back out and hurt them. But we can't. It's not our job to. It's not our job to. This is a silly question, but what age would you not want to live past? Hello. I want to live as long as I can. I've lived this long. I don't imagine living another 50 years, but who knows? Maybe. I can't imagine living back in Noah's time. I have to look that up before I say it. Noah was 950 years old. That is crazy. I would be a little baby if I was to live to be 950. I remember having a conversation with my niece. This was before I had kids, so many years ago. And she was talking about Noah and how old he was when he died. And she said, "Can you imagine the wrinkles on him?" I mean, it would be a blessing to live that long. Just you'd see many, many things. I can't imagine what life was like in 1923, you know? Maybe I should do a video series going back in time 100 years. Okay. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Pink is one of my favorite colors too. At what age are you self-taught? It's a beautiful logo. At what age do you think someone is self-taught? Personally, I think that kids are self-taught. Personally, take KJ. She's a year and a half, maybe. She teaches herself many things all the time. Of course, she's learning through watching. Working with 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds for so long. Gosh, 10 years, 13 years, I think. 13 was my last year. They learned many things on their own. I can agree with that to an extent. I do believe their imaginations grow on their own. They're fostered, yes, but there's still a branch that takes off on their own. They are affected by their environment 100%. I guess it's whatever environment you induce, like that you induce into your child, that you share with them, put them in, kind of molds them. Oh, goodness. Choose and defend your position. The Beatles or the Rolling Stones? I only know a few songs of both of them, but I personally would probably say exactly. I would say maybe the Rolling Stones, but the Beatles to me were more poppy, I guess. They were pop related. Where Rolling Stones to me is more rock. David Bowie rocked. I'd say Cher. I could go Cyndi Lauper, you know. Would you rather ride along with a firefighter or a police officer for a day? I personally would probably like to ride around with a police officer. Even though a firefighter sees many things. Oh, I see. I don't really honestly know much about the Beatles. I didn't really get into music until, gosh, I say the 80s, even though, of course, I was exposed to it my whole life. But you're so funny. I have family who is police, so I could hitch a ride with any of them anytime. And many firefighter friends who are volunteer fire department. But I just think going to a fire, watching someone's house burn would be horrific. Of course, I don't know. They do see many different things. I know they show up with EMS. They're first responders, so now if you had to put okay, see. Yes, a kitty in the tree. Only if you can get them down. If you put the same choose and defend your status, I'm going to give you 2 more bands and you tell me, okay? Ready? AC/DC or Pink Floyd? Oh, I spent many nights cleaning really late at night to AC/DC and Pink Floyd both. Pink Floyd reminds me of my brother because he's 9 years older than me. So growing up, Pink Floyd is his idol almost, and AC/DC. So I've listened to them forever. But I would, gosh, even Back in Black, yes, that whole CD is awesome. Um, when I was younger, in my younger years, before kids, I would work on Saturdays, as you know. I said that a while ago. But we would have get-togethers, and I would stay up all night Friday night cleaning house while my husband slept. Through it all, how he did, I don't know, because I'm blaring AC/DC in the background, sweeping and mopping and washing walls and all that good stuff. I always had a big kick, and then I'd stay up all night long and go all day Saturday and then party Saturday night. Let me tell you, when I fell asleep that night. But AC/DC and um, Pink Floyd will always have a special place in my heart. Always. Do you believe in this saying, kill your enemies with kindness? Do you believe in the saying, kill your enemies with kindness? Do you believe it has validity? Validity, is it valid? I can't say the word. Is it valid? Look at you. So I'm telling you, you did come here. God led you here for a reason, and it was for you to share that with me. So now you know that you need to go and take care of business. And it's the perfect time of year to do that. Do you think ignoring them really makes a difference? Maybe to you it'll make a difference, but to somebody else, will it make a difference? Probably not, because they'll just move on to someone who gives them a reaction. So I guess ignoring, and I'm always nice unless someone really, really hurts me and comes at me wrongly with very cruel words. Then you're on my shit list, period. I'm sorry, my poop list. But what is the heaviest thing you can lift? Gosh. Oh, goodness. Not right now. I don't know. What is the heaviest thing you can lift? What is the heaviest thing you can lift? I honestly don't know. I haven't tried to lift anything heavy, so I couldn't tell you. I couldn't lift my dog, and my dog weighs 78 pounds. It's because me and my noodle arms need to go to the gym, or I need to work them out. Wow, you're strong, Ron. I'm weak too, especially in my arms. I've always been weak in my upper body. My lower body, I have strength. Noodle arms is the best way for me to explain it. Think of olive oil and her noodle arms, you know? So you have a deadline, Ron. What you can do about it? Do I need to harp on you? Do I need to question you? Do I need to uplift you? Do I need to come bug you? Do I need to inspire you? What do I need to do to help you get where you need to be? Do I need to be a thorn in your side? Do I need to, I don't know, bug you? I probably already do. You'll find it. Now that you've said it, you'll find it. Watch. It'll happen. It'll happen when you least expect it. What is your favorite hobby? What is your favorite hobby? Thanks, Faye. I have many favorite hobbies. I used to like to walk. Oh, God. That sounded terrible. I did used to like to walk, and I want to start walking again. I just have to build up my stamina. I love to write, and I am in the process of doing that actively. Um, my most favorite thing, I don't consider a hobby, it's a passion, is to inspire other people to be their best self. That is why I'm here. That is why you're listening to my voice right now. Is I'm here to inspire you to be the best you that you can be. Like it or not, you're here. Use a cartoon character to describe your athletic ability. Did we talk about olive oil already? Taz. I'm not very athletic, sadly. I need to be. I'm going to be. Do you prefer to plan things out in detail or to be spontaneous? I need a walker to walk for real. That's sad. But hopefully I'll be able to push it to the side soon. But I do need a walker to walk. Thank you, COVID. You did me well. I used to plan every single thing out to the detail. I had list for a list. And now I kind of go with the flow a lot easier than I used to. I never was spontaneous. I hated spontaneity. Oh, goodness. Joel would say, get in the truck. I'm like, where are we going? He's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, well, I have to worry about it. I need to know. I need to know if I'm wearing the right outfit, if my hair needs to be done, if I need to put on makeup. He's like, get in the truck. Let's go. Oh, goodness. It used to bother me. Well, I am 50 as of September 1st, so. Yes. I'm still talking to my friends. Yeah. Don't take all my. Don't. He was going to take our questions. Well, I blame COVID for mine. Maybe laying in a bed for 2 months, not getting up, was a big detrimental to me. But it had a lot to do with my balance, I guess, coordination, something in my brain. But it's fixing itself. It's working its way out. Have you ever contributed to the development of something that you were proud of? Good job. I was waiting for that answer. I would say probably the last 2 books that I wrote. I'm very proud of them. How many hats do you own? I have 1. I have 2. I think I have a visor and a cowboy hat. I wouldn't say it's much so balance. I've got my balance. It's just the stamina to keep going. I have weakness in my left leg and tremors and weakness in my left arm. I really think I had a stroke at some point. And the debacle that I was in, oh goodness. I have 2. Like I said, a visor that I bought, and I don't ever wear it. I bought it whenever I was sitting out at a football tournament, and then my cowboy hat. Mine are in my left hand. I'm learning, oh goodness, I'm writing again with a pen. It's just, if I go too long, it starts doing its own thing. It's really weird. That's me in cardigans. I love cardigans, but I don't have any the same color. What is your favorite song to sing in the shower? I've not sang in the shower in so long. That's silly. I used to sing all the time. I used to sing, I believe I could fly. That's funny. Do you make a to-do list every day, weekly, or at all? I used to make one every single day. Mini list every single day for home, for work, and for leisure. And now I might make a list on my phone every now and then. I love post-it notes. Post-it notes are amazing. If a loved one was to serenade you, what song would you most like them to sing? Oh, that's nice. Good for you. To behave and be nice. That's something that whatever you are, you can abide by. What is your favorite? Where is your favorite place to meditate? Mine is usually my bed or my back porch. If you ever decided to run for president, what would your campaign slogan be? How would you stop it? How would you go about stopping the madness? What would you put into place? I don't know what my slogan would be. Be nice or get out. There we go. What?
Here's a life lesson. Colorado by 50 tomorrow.
Colorado by 50? What? Who are they playing?
Colorado State.
You think Colorado's going to win by 50? By 50? That's a big jump.
The Colorado State's head coach was saying how Deion Sanders needs to take his hat and glasses off
Oh, uh-huh.
while doing an interview. And then like the next day they're at practice, and he said, "People talking all this darn bull junk." That's what he said. And so now that game's personal.
Oh.
And so he gave every one of his players sunglasses.
Oh, goodness.
And he was on first take this morning. Gave Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, and then some other lady glasses.
If you could bankrupt one person or company, who or what would it be? I wouldn't want that power, honestly. I wouldn't choose anybody. Have you ever made your own ice cream? Such a random question. No, I have not. My god sister's grandmother had, and I watched her do it, but I have never made my own ice cream. Oh, I forgot about that. I guess I have with my class too. What is the best excuse you've given or would give to a bill collector? I pay my bills on time, so I don't have an excuse. Oh, except for when I was in the hospital, but I didn't tell them. I just paid it late. What public figure do you disagree with the most? I will wait and answer mine after y'all answer yours. It'll be a mic drop. Oh, it won't. Not really. I would say Dylan Mulvaney because he is ridiculous. If you don't know who he is, just simply stick his name in search and you'll discover exactly who he is and what he's about. But I'm sorry. I don't agree with anything he does or represents. Describe Mondays for you in just one word. Y'all aren't going to like mine. Mine is yay. I love Mondays. I have not always loved Mondays. I learned to love Mondays. I learned to purposefully love Mondays. I set out to begin to love them whenever my kids started school, and I realized that my approach to a day became their approach to a day. So I began to do things that I enjoyed on Mondays. I would put clean sheets on the bed. I love clean sheet day. And I would make something for dinner that everyone loved. I would have dessert on Mondays. Everything for Monday was set up perfectly. So Mondays have been my favorite for a while, a long time. I still love Mondays. I don't know why, because now every day is really the same. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I have every day just as I want it to be, but Mondays are still special to me. This time of year, it's Monday Night Football. You know, football was big and still is big in our house. Have you ever ran out of gas? And if so, where did it happen? No, I have never ran out of gas. I'm too OCD for that. That's not going to happen. I've come close by getting to a quarter of a tank, but that's about as close as I've gotten to running out of gas. My cousin, on the other hand, who was meeting me with my kids, ran out of gas. That was crazy. What do you think still has a double standard? I'm not sure either. I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that. I don't know. What is the most dangerous thing that you have ever done? Ooh, I don't want to admit to this. I have driven intoxicated when I was very young. I was underage at the time too, so that would have been a double whammy, but oof. How I made it home, I have no idea. Just thankful I did. Thankful I did not hurt anybody. And I would never advise anyone to do that. I was dumb and young, and it's not an excuse. That is the most dangerous thing I've ever done. And we're talking like 32 years ago, a long time ago. Oh, goodness. I'm not much of a risk taker either, so that was totally out of character for me. I don't like to really do anything that would get me in trouble. Sadly, my daughter is the same way. And she got pulled over yesterday and was in tears by the time the officer made it to her window. True tears. Thankfully, she got off with a warning. It was just her inspection sticker was off, so she was behind on that. The officer was very nice and let her go with just a warning, and she went down and took care of it right away. But she was very upset about it, and I can understand. I have a hard time taking risk on myself. If I was to say taking a risk, I don't like getting pulled over because I don't like doing anything wrong. I'm very much a goody two shoes in that way, and she is too. I try not to speed, which okay, you go with the flow of the traffic, you're going to speed a little bit, but what are you superstitious about? I personally am not superstitious. I don't like it when people say negative things about themselves or situations that have not happened. Because in my mind, I believe that we have the power of our voice and our words to change circumstances. And I don't like the fact of knowing that. But as far as superstitious, I'm not superstitious. A black cat crossed my path would be fine. I've walked under ladders. Nothing happened. And I'm going to end with the very best question of all. What is the best thing about you? What is the best thing about you? Well, you have to answer. You have to come up with something, Ron. Even though I know you have a good heart. What is the best thing about you? I would say the best thing about myself is that I try to encourage everyone. I try to motivate people. Sometimes too much. There you go. That's a good thing to like about you. Well, we have gone for an hour and a half. I have not done that in a long time. I'm sorry, an hour and 26 minutes. I thank you guys for coming, hanging out with me today. We'll do this again next Friday. I'm going to put some music on to let us go, to let us get out of here.
I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive. Can't stop thinking about you day and night. Love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. Everything I needed. I never thought I'd meet someone like you. You know you are the reason. The reason why I feel like I can fly. Thinking about you day and night. I love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. I wanna hold your head. You're everything that I desire. Every time we touch, we get set the world on fire, world on fire. I wanna hold your head. You're everything that I desire, I desire. Oh, every time we touch, we get set the world on fire, world on fire. I just wanna look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I'm alive. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. I wanna hold your head. You're everything that I desire. Every time we touch, we get set the world on fire, world on fire. I wanna hold your head. You're everything that I desire, I desire. Oh, every time we touch, we get set the world on fire, world on fire. I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive. Can't stop thinking about you day and night. Love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. Every time I'm down, yeah, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. I wanna hold your hand. You're everything that I desire. Every time we touch, we get set to what I'm fire, what I'm fire. I wanna hold your hand. You're everything that I desire, I desire. Oh, every time we touch, we get set to what I'm fire, what I'm fire. I just wanna look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I